It's that time again when we take a look back at some of the highlights of the past series. So many great guests and great stories, and one sofa in particular brought together some of my very favourite people. Will and Kevin, you've never been in a film together?
No.
Well, that
came out like
you were like, oh, no.
no, if you did work together, I mean, the world would go crazy,
Yeah.
but Philadelphia might explode.
Oh, my God,
Because
yeah.
Philadelphia loves you both. When you go back to Philadelphia, presumably you visit this.
Oh, yeah.
This is a 65-foot mural of Will Smith, right?
Yeah, that's,
but someone else has a mural in Philadelphia.
Who?
Well, to show it after.
Well, it's only Kevin Hart. It's not as big.
Well,
It's not as big, but it's beautiful.
You should have showed mine first. I think you should have started off.
No, but,
Mine went to
except
Will's.
Kevin, though, you do have one up on Will because that's a special day.
That is a special day for me. I have a day in Philadelphia, but that's Max's, and it's a place where I frequented to get cheesesteaks through my childhood.
You have a day?
It's
I have
Kevin Hart Day?
A Kevin Hart day?
Philadelphia, Kevin Hart Day, yeah.
Does Philadelphia have a Will Smith Day?
No.
Will Smith day in Philadelphia?
Yeah, no, that's...
We need to sort that out.
That's what
Come
I'm
on,
thinking.
Philadelphia.
That's what I'm thinking.
And not to rub salt in the wound, Octavia Spencer has a day.
Alabama did me right.
Alabama
Yours was just recently.
March 21st.
Wow.
Do you go back every year?
No, I send a card.
Actually, but what's so weird, but politics is so nuts now. And, like, so you said you worked with Stormy Daniels.
I did work, not in a porno film.
Did you not know this?
Don't just say it like that. Stormy Daniels is in she's in both Knocked Up and The 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Her IMDb is really varied.
Very in and out of mainstream, literally.
You never told her?
I don't think. I'm sorry.
First of all, I am learning so much about Seth.
It's been a weird
So
press
much
tour.
about Seth.
But
Yes.
we very early in our careers, we realized, like, if you ever need someone to be naked in a movie, you should hire a porn star, because it's the easiest thing they did that week. And they're just... and so, in general, it's not a situation where you're, like, convincing a mainstream actress to get naked. Instead, you're taking a porn actress and putting her in a mainstream movie, and she doesn't have to put anything in her. And so she's thrilled. And so Stormy there's some stripper scenes in these films, and Stormy played a stripper in those films.
Were you considering her for long shot?
She was for a while going to be. So I go way back
with
Stormy Daniels.
But she did tell you all the stories then.
Yes, then she did tell us that she had a relationship with Donald Trump. And at the time, when a porn star tells you they had sex with Donald Trump, it's the least interesting thing you had heard that day. Honestly, it was the most expected information you could ever expect to hear, and literally was not interesting to me. I was like, oh, yeah, great. A porn star had sex with Donald Trump. Like, yeah, that's exactly what I would expect to happen. And then years later, it became pretty relevant information, I would say. That I was just stuck there with. And I was like, do I say something? And I was like, I don't think I should say something. I think it's a hard place to say something.
I believe you played it right, Seth.
I played my card. You know, in general, I played my cards well.
But now, you haven't been on the show before. Now, is your mother here in the audience?
Basically, my whole family, except for one of my brothers, are here.
Oh, they're all here?
Yeah, and my godparents, too.
Wow, there's like a little
Where
bus
are they?
road. Where are they?
Where are you?
Oh, there they are.
This is, honestly, I think this is the thing that they've been the most excited for in all of my career.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, not Game of Thrones, not X-Men, Graham Norton. Which, you know.
And this is on telly. You didn't have to come. But thanks for making the effort. It's very nice of you. And, of course, very exciting for your parents, because you are now Mrs. Jonas.
Well, yes.
No, you got married.
I did get married.
Yes, I'm not making this up.
No, you're not.
But now you had a Vegas wedding.
I did.
And we got a picture.
Oh, no.
Now, your wedding photographer was Diplo, is that right?
Well, we didn't choose him to be our wedding photographer. He just kind of decided to live stream it.
Okay. Yes. Bernie, what happens in Vegas goes everywhere.
Yeah.
But you are having a big party.
Potentially.
No? Oh, no, is that a secret? Well, not anymore.
Not anymore, yes.
I didn't sign anything. It's in France, 15th of July, just outside Montpellier. I have no idea.
That was a pretty good guess.
I'm a psychic! I've got the powers.
You have the T-Bird powers.
X-Men powers. I've got them. And now, you guys have talked about walking away from the Avengers, but I read somewhere where you thought, end of Jon Snow, I'm going to be cool about this. This is going to be, you know, it's just a chapter in my life. I'm fine.
Yeah. Well, I'd maybe you've had this when you get people come up to you in the street and they say, "Are you Jon Snow?" And you're kind of like, "Well, not technically, I'm not Jon Snow, no, but let's go with it. I'm Jon." But I kind of waited. I really had waited to say the words, "Not anymore," like in a really stoic kind of cool way. Like the first person I go, "Not anymore." What really happened was I left set and I was very emotional, and this poor girl came up to the airport and went, "Are you Jon Snow?" And I went, "Not anymore."
Now, I know you're all about the future, what comes next, but what I've noticed on your Instagram, you do kind of look back a bit.
Well, I mean, sometimes, because
Yeah.
the past shaped me.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I feel nostalgic.
And
You know, lots of amazing people were in my life.
Tell me, we're going to
who
look
no
at some of them.
longer exist.
Yeah, but we got a picture here. You posted this. What age are you here?
5 or 6, yeah. And that's a talent show. That was the beginning of my career as a performing artist.
Did you win?
I did not.
I'd love to know who won.
She's dead now.
She died under mysterious circumstances. It was a terrible playground accident. Now, this is early days, but you were, I mean,
That's
still
when I was on tour with the Beastie Boys. That's Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
And that's when they pulled my pants off of me. Actually, I was wearing a skirt. And then we had a water gun fight on stage. They were my opening act.
And this is when, because the fans didn't know the Beastie Boys then.
Nope, nobody had ever heard of them, and everyone said that I was going to be booed off the stage, or they were going to be booed off the stage, or what was I thinking, and I'm crazy, and nobody knows them, and their music is crap, and all that stuff. And I said, yes, they're opening up for me. And then they became huge.
They really did.
Yeah, I love the Beastie Boys.
Because, especially, you were saying backstage about Madonna and sort of...
What were you saying?
The thing about, like, when does somebody... Tell her to her face. Tell her to her face. No, you were saying about the idea of Madonna.
Yeah, the idea, just when does your life change? Because obviously in our film, this guy who comes from nowhere and then his life changes. At what point do you realise that life's never going to be quite the same again?
I mean, are you talking about that fame word?
Yes.
Oh, yes. I think for me it was my first tour. I kind of went from doing small clubs. First I started off in bands, playing in bands and doing places like CBGB's and clubs in the Lower East Side in Manhattan. And then I made a record, and then I was playing in discos around America and Europe. And then I went from that to a huge tour. I kind of skipped the bus tour segment. And then when I walked out on stage for the first time in, I think it was Washington, and I just saw a sea of people, girls dressed like me, and I don't know, this energy hit me, and I realized that my life was never going to be the same.
And is that kind of answered prayers, where you kind of...
I don't think anyone ever prays for that.
That's what I mean.
I don't think the Beatles ever imagined that they were going to be as huge and influential and life-changing as they were. I don't think... No one ever could imagine.
And it's interesting, because at the moment, there's you know, this idea of musical biopics are very en vogue.
Yes.
Between Rhapsody
God
and rock and
forbid.
everything. Madonna? Would someone make yours? Who would you like to make yours?
I will make mine.
Yeah. Okay. Do it.
I will.
Are you going to?
I would like to warn any director who thinks they're going to make a biopic of me that there will be more mysterious deaths.
This program is dedicated to Danny Boyle. But Bodyguard took off in a way that I think no one expected.
It was completely insane, and people are always saying to me, what was it, you know, that create, what's the recipe for that sort of success? And you're like, well, if I knew that,
It's
I mean,
so
we'd all
good.
be...
It's incredibly good. I mean, I stayed up way too late.
You.
I watched them all. Bing, 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 bing. All.
Matt Lucas has a question.
Yeah, no, just to say, I haven't seen it yet, so can you not talk about it?
Oh, you won't believe in episode 3. You won't believe what happened. No, never. I won't.
So please, just
Okay,
don't
no
talk
spoilers.
about it at all.
Yeah.
Please,
And actually, because it's on in America now.
Yes.
Is that what do you see it in America?
Yes. Yes.
Have you seen it, Bill?
No, I haven't. I'm like Matt. I don't want to hear a lot about it yet.
Well, if people are watching in America, she's really dead. Doesn't come back. Doesn't come back.
But people won't have it
Wait
anyway,
a minute.
So,
Don't...
No, didn't you think she was going to come back to life?
Well, wait a minute. For those of you that haven't seen this, that's a complete red herring. That doesn't exist. What he just said. No, 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 no.
No, they're going to get really confused now, Sally, because they're like, but Sally feels sad.
Well, let them watch it and decide for themselves.
She's dead. And of course, with the film, comes your own little figure.
Yeah. That was, and I actually have. There you go. And they've actually done one of you as well, which is so there's a.
Say what now?
There's a, yeah.
Actually, quite good.
It's quite good. And I'm told that I've sort of been. I've been told you have like a collection of versions of you that have been made and brought as gifts. Is that?
There are some other toys of me at home.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm
in a special room where I go to play with myself. And look, put the microphone and everything.
I know there was a lot of detail.
It's fully accessorized.
I really.
Actually, I'm nearly.
You're sort of
wearing-
it's done very well. Yeah, well, good.
I'll leave
glad.
it there.
I worked very hard on it, so I'm glad you like it.
No, I'm very, very impressed. But now, presumably, so I'm showing you your. Sorry, I threw you away.
Oh, I don't know.
But. But presumably, you know, some people must be very excited, like me, when they see a figure of themselves. But you...
Right, I mean, yeah, no, the director actually sent me a very well-meaning text of all the, like, the toys and stuff that they've got lined up to come out when the film comes out, and he was just like, congratulations, you're a toy! And I'm like, I don't want to rain on your thing, I've just been a toy a lot. Which, again, it just sounds like a very conceited thing to say, but it's not meant that way, it's just a weird fact of...
Of all the people he could have texted.
Right, yeah. It was just like, I've been seeing myself as weird plastic figurines for a long time.
And, you know, it's one of those jobs where you kind of think, oh, how hard can that be? But they really do put you through it.
I have never begun a recording session without wishing it was already over. Because understand, Woody is clenched all the time. Yeah. He's clenched. There was something he's got to explain, or come on, guys! Or no, look out! This way! It's all that. And you can't move. The microphone is right there, and you can't move, and you have to be like this. And it's like... And then they save the last thing for you, usually at the end of a very long workday, is the grunts. Yeah. And they will show you an animatic of Woody climbing up a bunch of books onto a thing and say, okay, could you do grunts of climbing up? Okay, all right. That
is very good.
That's legitimately how Tom was made.
That's right. But then you have to do the coming down. Which is... I think they are gleeful at making you wring every possible meaning from a line. When you're in the young actor, repetitions, the exercise repetitions, where you have a very simple cue and a very simple line. And the cue might be, would you like some more coffee? And the line you have to say is, coffee, you think I want more coffee? Boy, do I need more coffee. So if you would say, coffee, do I want coffee? Boy, do I need more coffee, okay? And you're going to say it every conceivable way you can. Sure. And all I'm going to say is, let's do this. Would you like more coffee? Would you like more coffee? Coffee, boy, do I need more
coffee. Boy, do I need more coffee.
Good, thank you. Would you like some more coffee?
Coffee. Boy, do I need some more
Could you
coffee.
try it with a little more something to it? Because we need... This is a big important scene, because King Kong is out front and he's going to smash the building.
Okay. Yes, Tom Hanks.
Would you like some more coffee?
Coffee. Please, sir, I need some more coffee.
Good, let's try it again. Would you like some more coffee?
Coffee. Please, sir, I need some more coffee.
Would you like some more coffee?
Coffee. Please, sir, come on. I need some more coffee.
Would you like some more coffee?
Coffee, please, Tom Hanks. Give me some coffee.
And that's what it is like doing. Bravo, by the way. That was absolutely... So you know the drill. You know how it works.
And we must mention another one of your films, because I think, Seth, you also are a big fan of Project X.
I'm a fan of all your films growing up, but that was a film I watched a lot as a kid.
I don't hear that every day.
Dude, it was really upsetting.
Yeah, it is a little upsetting.
The monkey dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is not.
A few monkeys died, but there's that
monkeys.
shot of like the dead monkey hand falling out of the gurney that messed me up as a kid. I was like, oh man.
I forgot about
But no,
Yeah,
I think I don't know you very well, Matthew, but I think
But you're getting to know me.
I am.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that you did enjoy the film, because can you imagine Matthew Broderick looking happier than he does in this picture?
No.
Look at you. You look so happy.
Friend.
So now, is that the original chimp? Is that Arthur?
An ape.
Well, I think that is Arthur. That could be Siafu, but I think it's Arthur.
Okay.
I knew all their names.
Look at you, man.
Very polite.
Yes.
And I was always polite to them, because if you don't, they can grab you with 4 hands and put their fangs in your neck.
So,
Rip your face off.
So this is the bit where you're loving life and you're really enjoying working with chimps. In this next picture, I think the chimp is still enjoying the experience. You seem to have lost some of the love of working with chimps. I feel the light's gone out of your eyes there.
It looks like you started a relationship with the chimp, and then all of a sudden she was like, I want to be famous.
I want to be famous now.
Did they ever
You're at this
urinate
photo
on
shoot
you?
doing a
What's
film.
that?
Did they ever urinate on you?
No, because they were put in diapers.
Oh, got it. But there's not.
They're not as
there.
attractive when they're totally nude.
Yeah.
That's why the photo shoot they made it naked.
Yeah. And then there's this picture, and it's like you and the chimp have both discovered that show business is shit. Look at that. Oh, dear. Now, Jamie Bell, you're not a fan of the horse.
I didn't love horses. Me and horses didn't particularly get along, Graham. Like, I'd be walking through not randomly walking through a field, but, like, I'd be close to a horse, and it'd be like, oh, no, I'm not. No, that guy's giving me energy, and it would, like, run away, because it would feel my fear. I was terrified of them, you know. They're big, and they're unpredictable.
We've never connected over this. I was thrown from one on the set of Robin Hood.
Oh, you were?
And I got through a whole movie about Robin Hood, and I never once got on a horse on camera.
Yeah.
Because
Is that true? Is that actually you were never on horseback?
I was never on a horse in that film.
Wow.
What?
Because I couldn't bear to. I couldn't be within like 10 meters of them. Because once I was thrown off, I was.
Right, yeah, sure.
Well, now, but then you talked to Jamie, because you had a special... Was it a woman or a person, anyway?
Her name is Camilla Napruce, and she does the kind of horse mastery on a lot of films. She's the horse master on Game of Thrones. Like, she's done everything. And she has a very specific technique, which is just kind of like strap you onto the horse. And she's with you on another horse, and she just kind of starts going like, I don't really like this at all. And then she goes quicker and quicker, and you're like, no, seriously, stop. And then she'll ask you incredibly personal questions about your life. How was your father? Well, tell me about your father. Like, what do you feel most guilty about? And then ultimately you're like, I've never met him. I don't know. It was horrible at school. I took cigarettes to school and my teacher let me off. Like, and you realise I've totally forgotten about horse riding. And it was a crazy kind of therapeutic, amazing way of learning to ride a horse. It
So
was
you will ride
different.
a horse? You ride a horse?
I love riding horses now. I went to, like, every week after that.
You see, I never would have admitted that I won't ride horses had I known that his story
Very good. Now, the whole thing that Villanelle, because she is quite an extreme character, presumably you get extreme reactions from fans and things when you meet people in the street.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people just look at me and think, is it her? But I had one recently that was really strange. Someone asked me for a photograph, and I was like, yeah, sure, and was posing for a photograph, and then she quietly just whispered in my ear, will you strangle me? And I was like, and my publicist was with me at the time, and she was like, no.
Miss Comer will not do that. No. But now, Rebel, your fans, they love you. I would say sometimes love you too much. Here's a picture of you with a fan.
Oh, yeah.
Who's got
a Fat Amy tattoo there on the torso. Yeah.
Yes.
That's dedication.
That is dedication, and, you know, and because, you know, he'd look good anyway.
Yeah.
You know, with or without tattoo, he'd look fine.
Yeah, and
I'm
yet
not
he'd-
sure your face looks as good here.
Okay. I feel like that's the back of somebody's leg.
Well, no, because that's the pant line there, I think. That's the front, obviously. Well, not obviously.
Is that back or front?
Yeah. I'm not sure you will have seen these people.
Okay.
This is a man and woman from Poland.
Yeah.
And what bonds them is a love of you. They've got matching tattoos.
Jeez. What is it? What does it say? Oh, make America eat again. That's funny.
It is funny.
Oh, my God.
And Kevin, obviously, you're like not just a stand-up. You're like a stand-up superstar. You sell out arenas all over the world.
The best of our time. Right?
Yes.
That's the best of our time.
But what's nice to know is it wasn't always like that.
Oh, no.
Like,
No.
what was it? What did you perform at? You performed at a seafood festival?
I mean, which shit show you want to know about?
Got tons of them. It was only, I think they wanted, was it crab?
I had a crab fest.
Crab fest? What is that?
In the beginning of stand-up comedy, you're not performing in luxury, you know, venues. Wherever they feel that they can build the stage and make money is where you're going. So there was a crab fest. They was like, we're gonna book some talent, some comedian talent. And I was like, all right, well, you know, I'm available. And, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to tell a joke while people cracking crabs. It's not the best environment. I mean, literally, the frustration that comes from not being able to open a crab is serious. And if you're not funny at the same time, the stuff that you hear. I remember hearing a woman, an older lady, who was like, she was cracking crabs. Because this is how you crack crabs. Looking at me, and she's like cracking a crab. And I tell a joke, and the joke doesn't work. And I remember this lady just going, oh, no. I don't think... I would much rather be booed. The disappointment that came from her voice, and then, oh, no. She said, baby, it was like, oh, no, baby. As if I made a mistake with my choice of life. Like I'm not doing it wrong. I mean, you know, look, the hardship that I went through has helped build me into the person I am today, where I can take so much. But I've been through it all. I was hit in the face with a buffalo wing. I performed at a...
Don't perform around food.
No more. Well, if you go to my shows now, there's no food alive. It was actually a male strip club that they shut down for comedy for the first half. So it was ladies in there, and you know, it was just supposed to be us performing for these women that were riled up. First thing, I got on stage when they introduced me, and this lady was like, "Pull it out." I said, "Hey, that's not me. I'm not here for that. I'm here to entertain. These are jokes." I know who's got kids. I start trying to merge into kid material. And there's one dude from the back. I just remember this dude from the back. He was like, "That's enough." And he just threw a buffalo wing at me. And it landed, hit me in the cheek, a little bit of sauce, got like right here. Buffalo sauce is hot, so I assumed that it was a woman with a deep voice. So I was like, who threw it? Who threw it? Because at the end of the day, I'm a man. I'm a man first. Don't disrespect me. He stood up. He was like, I did it. And I contemplated just taking my clothes off. I was like, that's the only way to get out of this situation. Yeah.
Oh, dear. And what a time to be Andrew Scott, hot priest. Yeah. Now, you've all seen Fleabag?
Yes.
Now, Lee, I know you're a big fan.
I love Fleabag, and I have not confessed this to my wife.
Have you really not?
I've genuinely not confessed it. She would kill me, but I feel like I should say it because he's here and it's appropriate. I did the ultimate sin.
Oh, OK.
I got ahead without telling my wife of the box set. And I was pretending then, when I was watching it, that I hadn't seen it. And I even went to... Because we absolutely loved that second series, but I was texting. She goes, why aren't you watching this? And I even said, oh, well, it's not as good, this series. Which wasn't true, but I had to say that's why I was texting. But actually, I'd already seen it.
Because, Paloma, now, you've met Andrew before.
Yes. In my dreams.
No, you really met him, though.
Yeah, we met, and as you know, I'm not shy of an awkward situation.
No, you direct.
Yeah, so I had to confess to Andrew that I had a bit of alone time with episode 5. The thing that really upsets me is, like, today, is everyone else but me's got more of a chance with Andrew in reality.
But you've had your good time.
I've had my moment, and you know what, Andrew? Thank you. On behalf of anybody who's got kids, been in a long-term relationship, thank you from the deepest bottom of my heart.
Can I point out that when I watched it without my wife, that was just to get ahead of the series. That was why I was doing it.
What I want to know is, when Paloma said that to you, what was your face doing, Andrew?
Well, I'll tell you that she told me on the red carpet of the BAFTAs. And we were like, hi, and she goes... And I was like, oh, hello. So,
Phoebe was really excited. So obviously she wrote it.
Yes.
And she was like, wow, that's an achievement.
Yes, that you got you there.
But I don't think I'm the only person. And there's a lot of people in the room looking at me like, oh, my God. But don't lie.
I just wanted to know that the fact that I had my sofa steam cleaned 3 weeks ago was entirely coincidental, Andrew. Nothing to do with you. Nothing at all.
But weirdly, Stephen...
Can I just check, am I the only one that's not masturbating?
Weirdly, you would think having lots of children would keep you kind of young, tech-savvy, you know, you'd know what's going on. But David Tennant, this has not happened for you. You recently found out that you got left behind in the world of texting and things.
Well, yeah, now when you start jobs, there's because of the Me Too movement and lots of, you know, great strides forward are being made in making sure workplaces are safe. So now different companies have different ways of coping with that. And I had to, for a show I was doing, I had to sit and watch a video and prove that I'd watched this video from start to finish. And it takes you through things that are acceptable and not acceptable in the workplace. And then, right at the end of this sequence, when it's talking about how to communicate on your mobile phone and what's appropriate and what isn't appropriate, it says, and remember, the eggplant emoji is not just an eggplant. And that's it! And I'm left going, what the fuck is an eggplant? It's an aubergine, right? I mean, but that's not what they mean. There's a whole... And it turns out, and I knew nothing about this, there's a whole kind of language.
Yes, there is.
Usually based around foodstuffs. Where they represent other things.
Yeah. Yes.
Asking someone out for a taco could easily be misinterpreted, it turns out. Did you know that? Be careful. Did you know about this?
Yes, of course! Where have you been?
I mean, the eggplant kind of looks like... It doesn't even look like an eggplant. It's you know...
And then you've got the peach.
And then
if you start adding to that the raindrops and all, you can do anything.
It's not innocent.
But now, those sorts of scenes, though, you know, they're always a bit difficult. And I think, Zach, you were very young when you had to do your first kissing scene. Was it in a TV show? Summerland. Summerland, I think.
Yeah, how do you know that over here?
Because we've done research.
Oh, my... Oh, you did it. You did a deep
We
dive.
knew you were coming.
Really? Summerland was the first TV show I can't believe I'm talking about this. Summerland was the first show I ever was on.
And it was your first kiss?
And it was my first on-screen kiss. I think I was like 16.
There you go.
So I was very nervous, and as I still get nervous, but I was very nervous for this day.
Yeah.
And it's all about I wanted to make her as comfortable as possible. She was young. I was 17. And went into going for the kiss, and everyone's watching. It's a closed set, though. So there was
Makes
a lot
it
of
even
weight on
weirder,
it. Makes it
yeah.
even more awkward.
Yeah.
Like only special people can watch.
Yeah.
And everyone else is on comms.
The ones
like
that
the whole.
paid.
No,
Yeah,
like-
exactly. You gotta pay extra to watch. Yeah, that's.
and poor.
Whatever her name was.
Poor Kay Panabaker.
Okay. Oh, well done.
This dude, Matthew remembers the names of the chimps he worked with.
Why poor her?
At lunch they serve fish, and I'm not. The lunch spreads on sets any set. You've never seen food like this. I was like 17. I've never seen like crab legs up for multiple people.
What movie is that? I've never seen crab legs.
Summerland.
TV
So it was a catered lunch, and my mom was freaking out. We've never seen this much food. It was insane. So I just went to town and I started eating. I was doing only guest spotting, so I had crab, I had salmon, I had all this stuff. And next was the kissing scene, and I was very nervous. And we went in for the kiss. I got out this close, and all of a sudden I shut my eyes and I'm ready to go in, and nothing happens. I'm going further, and nothing's happening. I'm getting further, like thinking eventually we're gonna touch. And all of a sudden I hear, "Oh my gosh, did you have salmon for lunch? Seriously?" And I was like, "Yeah." And it ruined a first kiss for her.
Oh,
so poor Kay, I'm sorry. I promise I brushed my teeth. I learned a big lesson that day.
You do carry a toothbrush with you everywhere you go now.
I just had one.
You literally just had one backstage.
You know what? I don't know a full one, but if anybody wants
Little
to...
toothbrush.
Yeah.
That woman scarred him.
Suddenly, members of the audience, hope springs eternal. He's brushing his teeth.
Yes.
What does it mean? But going back to the film, Tom, we know you're Spider-Man.
Yes.
Jake, who you?
I play a character called Mysterio, and he is a guy who.
Mysterio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mysterio.
I did
one word.
Wisterio?
Wisteria, yeah, like a flower. It's a wisteria.
I thought you meant he said Mysteria.
Oh, Mysteria.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Mysteria.
Well, I mean, I do wear spandex. But, yeah, his name is Mysterio, and he's chasing after this incredible creature, and it lands here on Earth, and he has to fight this creature, and needs Spider-Man's help.
And superhero get superhero outfits, and you liked yours.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Holy
you wore it more than you were meant to, didn't you?
He'd never take it off.
There's not a scene I don't wear it in.
And did they offer you other clothes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Graham, let me ask you something. If they offered you that, would you ever take that off?
I would never take it off. I would never take it off.
Do you fly in this movie?
Yes, but I fly generally anyway.
Yeah. Mind you, someone else has got a new suit. Spider-Man's got a new suit.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
But now you really like
Stealth
this suit, right?
I do, yes. Because I can go to the bathroom in it, mainly. It's funny, if you watch Iron Man 1, Robert wore the full suit. And then if you watch Iron Man 2, he wore, like, American football pads that were red and gold. I'm on my 5th movie. And I just got a zipper. So it's been a steady climb, but I'm
Well, you earned it, kid, you know. I find that when you make enough movies, you get a zipper at some point. But you gotta earn it. It's one of those obstacles that are put in front of you. You gotta learn how to...
Yeah, that is true. And I feel that... Is this... Have you guys met before?
Oh, don't go away from me.
No, have we? I don't think so.
We have, but yes, we were on the same bill at one point. We were doing a charity in Los Angeles with David Hockney.
Oh.
Do you remember? And you did voguing.
I did.
Well, I did it as well in the aisles. But You were much better.
Good.
Happy days. Happy days. Now, how are you, Ian McKellen? Because it's the last
I'm
one.
80.
Yes, you've become a tiny bit older. 80 years old. Well done, you.
And Graham, I cannot recommend it strongly enough. It's wonderful. People give you parties and send you cards and presents and come and see you in the theatre. And I'm having a lovely time.
And was it wise they gave you a surprise party at 80?
Yes, I think they were a little bit frightened I might have a heart attack. But that would be the end of it. It was the most blissful thing.
And what was nice was your party was kind of back in your old stomping ground.
Yes, it was my old school, Bolton School, where I was brought up. And it was the day before my birthday, and I thought I was just going out for an Indian meal, actually. And it turned out I was having... I did have an Indian meal, but it was at school with 150 people. Some had flown in from LA, and...
Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you. No, you weren't invited because you didn't remember working with me.
Now...
No, I wasn't in charge of the list, so you can't blame me.
I wasn't invited either.
No.
And I do remember working with you.
Yeah. Here we are now. This could be another party. We've got a cake and we're all together.
That's true, and a nice drink.
Rosé champagne.
That's rosé champagne right there.
Is it?
Yes.
Why? Who haven't handed it to me?
Ted. Oh, sorry, Ian. There's yours.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday. But now, here's the thing. So, we're celebrating your career tonight, 30 glorious years. I think people have an idea that once you've arrived, show business is lovely. And that's how you make it seem. You make it seem like you arrived, and then it's been 30 years of hits, and loveliness. I think, since I last saw you, I think somebody sent me this clip on Twitter, and it's one of those things where you're gonna go, like, a lesser performer would have cracked.
I might crack now, I'm just saying.
But have you seen this recently?
I saw like a tiny bit of it and I could watch no more.
We're only watching a tiny bit of it.
Fabulous.
So explain this. So it's Spanish television in, I think, about 1990.
Yes, that's about all I care to remember.
Yeah, well, I think it was the Spanish... This is so weird. It was the Spanish government, and they decided they were trying to appeal to a younger demographic.
Oh.
Right.
See, probably no one told me that at the time.
Oh, OK.
They just shove you out.
So they were trying to appeal to a younger demographic. I'm not sure it worked. But what you have to admire here is Kylie Minogue's professionalism in really some difficult circumstances that the crowd weren't loving it. OK, here we go. Gentlemen.
OK, that's amazing.
That is the League of Gentlemen, surely. That's Royston Valley right there.
Kylie, fuck them. You were great. You were great.
Will and Kevin, now, you are both very competitive. We know this, right? And one of the things you both do online, oddly, I don't think we've ever talked about this, but you both do it. You post these kind of motivational speeches online.
Yes.
And they're short and punchy. Just to give people an example, this is Will, and they're always done like this.
Self-discipline is the center of all material success. What is your contribution to the human family? It's just other people's opinions is a really shitty way to determine how we feel about ourselves. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Now, Kevin's are similar. They're, I would say, slightly more aggressive. Here's Kevin doing some.
Man, wake up. Wake y'all asses up. Be a doer. Let's get back to smiling. Let's get back to loving. Let's get back to being positive. Don't do what they expect you to do. Do the unexpected.
Very good. So that's the idea, right? That's the idea. So we had the idea, we've asked the audience if there are any kind of issues in their life that they need motivation with.
Oh, okay.
Something where, you know, their life is stopping them and you guys can push them over, okay? Okay, so let's find out who we're going to first. Is it Galia?
Galia, all right.
Hello,
We're gonna
Galia.
save some- we're gonna save
hello.
some lives
Now,
here tonight, Kev.
so now you have a fear you want to help get over, right?
Yes, I'm scared of feet.
Okay, but are you scared of your own feet?
Any feet, my own, my friends, any, like, I don't want to look at them, see them, be touched by them. Just...
Okay. So Galia is scared of all feet.
Scared of all feet.
All feet.
Okay,
All feet.
so I'm going to start with you, Will.
Well, okay.
So if you want to do it straight down the lens, it's number 5 there. Okay, so Galia, scared of feet. How can you get her over this fear? Go.
This one's easy. We're gonna fix this right now.
Oh no, she's not liking it.
This right now.
Okay.
You just gotta come down here and confront your fear.
She's horrified.
She's really scared.
She's possibly scared. Okay.
In a bizarre drug-related incident, Graham Norton was arrested earlier this year.
Okay, that was your attempt. Kevin Hart, camera 5, go.
It's what? What's your name again?
Feet. Oh, Galia.
Galia. Galia. Here's the best way to get you over your fear of feet. You can't take steps in life without feet. Your fear is prohibiting you from progression. The minute that you can look at feet and understand that feet are simply what move you forward, you will put your fear behind you.
There you go. That's big. Fear of feet is a fear of life.
Yours was like therapy and yours was like medication.
Okay, let's go to Jackson. Where's Jackson? Now, Jackson is almost real. So, Jackson, you need motivation because...
I'm lactose intolerant, but I can't help myself. I keep eating dairy. And, I mean, how good is that? You can't just give it up. So,
No, you can't.
Okay, but you want to stop. You want to stop eating dairy because it's bad for you, but you can't.
Yeah, look, there's plenty of alternatives out there, but let's be honest, they don't taste as good. So.
Okay. How lactose intolerant are you? What happens?
Well, basically, after I eat it, I'm the not-so-fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes. Yeah. Well, this one seems
Okay, Will, there you go.
Easy. You know, at some point, you have to think about other people. You know. You know, if the lactose doesn't agree with you, it's not going to agree with others. And just at the heart of it, if you love anybody, especially those that are near you, just put the ice cream down because we are not inclined to enjoy your funky ass.
Okay, that was very good. Kevin, here we go.
So I'm gonna take a different approach.
Okay.
I'm gonna go the opposite route. Here's my thing. So many people want to change. So many people want to do what you're supposed to do. Everybody that's lactose intolerant says, you know what, I'm lactose intolerant, and I can't. Here's my feeling, you get one life. And if you want to blow your ass for the rest of your life, then damn it, you should do it. Do it to the best of your ability. Because you get one life. When it's all said and done, go out saying, I drank milk because I loved it. That's what you go do, man.